Hey guys, it's Max Hoops, and we're back with another video. This time, we're going to be talking about my preseason top 5 for NCAA Men's College Basketball, which I love every year. And right now I have my grandpa, who's going to be a special guest.
Hello everyone.
And he knows a thing or two about basketball, so we'll be talking about some predictions and what we think's going to happen. So let's get this started off. Before I tell you what my opinions are and what my grandpa thinks, just so you know, the top 5 according to USA Today are Kentucky number 1, North Carolina number 2, Maryland is number 3, Duke at number 4, and Kansas at number 5. So, based on what they say and other websites that I looked at, I have a pretty good top 5 list that I came up with. Can you guys believe that Kentucky's number 1? I mean, that's unbelievable. I've never seen that before. Have you guys seen that? That's crazy.
Well, Max, Kentucky being number 1, they are the darlings of the media. Every year they're number 1 automatically. You know what else is automatic? They never win. That's also automatic. So at the end of the year, Kentucky doesn't win the championship, even though they're automatically number 1 at the beginning of the year.
Yep, I definitely agree with that. But I think it'd be nice if Duke could take that position. But instead of losing, they would win, like last year.
How about that other school that starts with a K? Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas. Kansas is always like a top 10 team, but again, they always lose. And that's not something that Duke does. So why put Kentucky number 1? Duke should be there.
These people get confused. They like teams that start with K.
All right, so clocking in at number 5, I think I would put Maryland. Maryland, they have Mel Trimble returning. So Maryland's got a couple of new players like Rasheed Solomon, who transferred from Duke. And they also got Jamal Murray, who came from a junior college, and they got him to reclassify for this year.
And who else they have? Jake Layman, who actually is very underrated. He's a very skilled forward, very good player. So Maryland will be good.
Yeah, Maryland is definitely going to be a good team this year. A competitor for the NCAA championship. So now that we're done number 5, let's move on to number 4. And in my opinion, I think that Kansas should be number 4.
A good choice, Max. I agree with you.
So Kansas is Bill Self returning for another year of coaching. So he's going to be lucky enough to coach Perry Ellis for his 20th season with the Jayhawks. I mean, seriously, do you remember when Perry Ellis was a freshman back in 1989? I
think you were still in diapers. But let's give them this. They have a good slogan: Rock, Chalk, Jayhawk. That's about it.
Yeah. All right, not much to say about Kansas, but they're a competitor. They're not bad, but I don't think they're going to win this year. Number 3, I have North Carolina. And North Carolina, I actually hated when I was growing up just because I loved Duke so much. But as time went on, I kind of got used to watching them play Duke. And I watched Marcus Page, who's a great player. And they're actually not a bad team. And that's why I'm putting them as number 3 ahead of Kansas and Maryland.
Well, the good news is for Carolina, they've got everybody back and a couple of good newcomers. Kennedy Meeks, Jackson, Page is a great player. They're all great. The bad news is that the same group of players lost 12 games last year. So this is a group that lost 12 games. Can they ascend all the way up to number 1? Time will tell. But since they're Carolina, I don't think so. They're waiting, of course, for the axe to drop, and they'll get the death penalty from the NCAA for the minor violation of faking classes for their players for about 25 years.
Can you imagine what the NCAA will do to North Carolina after what they did to Syracuse for far less?
Well, Max, yes, I can imagine it. We can all hope for it. However, the NCAA is pretty much controlled by Carolina, so I wouldn't get your hopes up.
All right. So, number 2, I bet you're thinking, what will I put, Duke or Kentucky? And even though I love Duke, I'm going to have to put Duke as number 2 because Kentucky is just going to be dominant again this year, even though I said earlier that they're always a preseason favorite. But this year they're actually going to be really good with a couple of new freshmen coming in. But let's talk about Duke because that's where we're on right now.
Duke has big shoes to fill. They lost Winslow, Okafor, and Tyus Jones, as well as Quinn Cook. But they do have some great new talent coming in. A great point guard named Derek Thornton. They have the #1 recruit in the country, and small forward Brandon Ingram. They also have Chase Jeter, who's a highly rated power forward.
So they also got Luke Kennard, who's a great shooter, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play. So there's been a lot of talk about Grayson Allen, who is a sophomore this year. He had a great season with Duke last year, but didn't really get a lot of playing time. Actually, his playing time was taken by Matt Jones, and now that Okafor and some other players are left, I think Grayson Allen will be standing out this year. His potential is just crazy. I mean, people think he's going to be like a top player in the country.
You know what's ironic, Max? If Rasheed Solomon hadn't been the first player dismissed by Coach K from Duke, Grayson Allen never gets a chance to shine last year, and maybe Duke does not win the national championship if Allen's not on the floor.
It's true.
It's a little crazy that Ken Pomeroy just came out with his preseason team rankings based on his stats, and he shows Duke as the #1 team, which I think is crazy because Duke lost so much talent and has so much new untested talent coming in.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. You can't rate Duke #1 in your heart, but not in your head. They're not #1 in the country. And of course they have the great intangible, Coach K.
Yeah.
Best coach, right?
Yep. So now that we've talked about my favorite team and hopefully your favorite team, so now we're moving on to the #1 team. I know what you're all wondering. Who could it be? And if you guessed Iowa State, you're correct. No, I'm just kidding. It's Kentucky! The Kentucky Wildcats, who were the #1 team coming into last year's season and this year's season.
Kentucky last year, Max, of course, almost ran the table. They were 38-0, and Calipari was very interested in pointing out all year long how they were the best team in the history of college basketball. But then they played a great team in the national semifinals in Wisconsin. Oh, yeah, Wisconsin. Wait a second. What team did the Wisconsin lose to twice last year?
I think Duke, right?
Oh, yeah, some team named Duke. Oh, yeah, but they beat Kentucky in the only time they played them because Kentucky choked it up in the last couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But they will be very good again this year, I agree with you.
And Kentucky lost a lot of valuable players from last year.
Karl-Anthony Towns, #1 pick in the draft. The Harrison boys went. They went to the NBA.
Well, there's Alex Poythress, but he came back. Tyler Ulis is also a very valuable point guard who decided to come back to Kentucky for another year, even though he probably could have gone pro. But losing the Harrison twins and Karl-Anthony Towns is a big drop for Kentucky. They were very good players for Kentucky last year. But I wouldn't worry because Kentucky is restacked with their usual NBA-like talent, and they're going to have a great year again.
Kentucky plays in the Little League called the SEC. So they don't really get a lot of competition throughout the year. Whereas if you're in the ACC, you're talking about Duke as the #2 team in the country. They may be the third best team in the ACC because Virginia, many people have in the top 5. They won the ACC last year. They bring back nearly all of their talent. Carolina, Duke, the ACC top to bottom is a very difficult league for any of its member schools.
So even though I don't really like Kentucky and I think they're overrated, I have them as my #1 team for this year. So tell me what you think in the comments below. That wraps it up for my top 5 men's college basketball rankings. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more action.